Morning everyone, I'm Bert and this is Bert's Workshop. And at the minute I'm making a set of 7¼ narrow gauge points for a garden railway for a nice chat. We've been looking for 2 years to try and buy some points, but you can get a source of anywhere to buy any at the right price or what you can get hold of. So what he's done is he's brought me a set of points, which he brought me these ones as a guide and as a template to make, and he's asked me to make him another 4 sets of points. So this is what I've been on with for the past few years. This is the original set that he brought me in the set, and I've templated off these with the kit to make the sets off. These are the ones that I've made. That set's complete now. I've done that. I've redesigned the mechanism for the points. This is the one that was on the original one. I wasn't really impressed with it. It was a bit dead and a bit numb, didn't work very well. I didn't like the fact that the blades didn't work dead right in it, so I've altered it all. I've split the blades on the ones that I've done and made them work on a lot better. I also had a little bit of help. He brought me a book as well, Colin Edmondson's How to Build Some Points without a massive workshop, and there's some real good information in that, and I've used some tips out of that to well make these. So yesterday I made some videos with rolling it up, but it wasn't really very informative. You didn't really see a lot of anything that was going on, so I thought if I just started and showed you a little bit about what I've done before I started as well, so you might get to the gist of it. Come a bit closer, Paul. Come a bit closer. Have a look at these ones here. Get my glasses on. These are the ones that he fetched and said these are quite, well they are, somebody's messed about and made them, and although the work, they're just not very, I don't know, not very good, are they? Where the rail comes into the thing there, you can see it's just all shit in it. It's all a bit cobbled together, too haphazard, isn't it? And it just don't look, it don't look the part. So anyway, they needed some more because he's putting a branch line in his yard. And these are all points. So if you look at ours now, come on this way. That's me. That's the point. Moving, as easy as that. So I think a little bit of oil, a little bit of grease on them will work fine. I've still got that set left to finish. I've got all the check rails and the blades to put in it, and that set that's lean feet flour. This set here, this set needs doing. This is my job for today. Need to get that set and that set made up to there. I've still got the end foot to put on here, so I didn't put the last piece on. So I need to get that welded on the end, just get the ends of the blades trimmed off and make the mechanisms for them too, and then make another mechanism to put on this old set because he's still going to reuse these, and make another points mechanism to go on there. And that, no idea. So I hope you find it quite informative. I've been through YouTube. When he first asked me to make him, I trawled through YouTube to see what everybody else was doing, see if I could get any tips and ideas. It's not something I've done before, how to make him. Nobody's doing that. There's no videos, there's no information about to make points or anything really to do with 7¼ inch railway. So I thought, sod it, I'll put my own video on. People might want to watch me making a set. It might inspire you to make your own points. And if not, you can always leave me a comment below and I might make you a set of points. You never know, you won't see it. Right, I'm going to get cracked on. I'm going to get a set on the bench and I'm going to get them set up and start doing a bit of work. So happy days. I'll show you a few more videos as we're going through. I'll try to keep it as short and as unboring as possible. So, happy days, thanks for watching, cheers. As you can see here, I've got my rails clamped. What I've done is, I've got 2 rails back to back, that I've made 2 sets of points back to back, clamped together on the bench. This is for when I weld them up. When I weld the tops of these up, the heating is trying to pull it up. So with them being clamped together, what I can do is I'll weld this side a little bit, stitch them together, flick it all over, roll it over, weld some on the other side, roll it back on, weld a bit, and then with the 2 trying to pull both ways, it should counter-react itself and hopefully stay straight. All these rails are made out of, which I didn't say earlier, which maybe I should have done. The chap who's asked me to make them for me brought all his own materials, so he had some 30x30 box, which we've used for the sleepers, and he's had to buy some 25x12.5 flat bar, which we're using for the rails. All the frogs and the things I've just put the miters on these with 4.5 inch grinding and splitting disc in, it's all pretty straightforward. I've levelled all this side up, so all this side's dead straight, and then after I've got them all welded together, I'm going to mark all these tails off on this side, all to the same dimension, 50 mils what I've got of on that side, put a 50 mil mark on them all, cut all these nice and neat, follow the radius, so they should look pretty good. These are the check rails what I've made. Oh, it's like the same stock, the 25 would be 12.5 flat bar, and what I've done is I've just ground, I'll put my glasses on because I can hardly see myself, ground halfway through it, put a slot in it, put them in the vice and just bent them back to put the splays on the end of the check rails. These won't welding up, I don't weld these up until I've got them actually in situ, so I can just tweak the ends about to make sure they're in the right place. So I've got all the check rails all cut. That's the check rail, another check rail exactly the same, identical, cut and bent up the same. And then these are the other two rail parts what was in. That makes this one makes a straight rail up to the thing, and then the other one I put that in, weld some of it in, then clamp it in for the radius for the other rail. So that's basically what I'm doing. I've got all the set up, I've got everything clamped up. I'm going to set to do a bit of welding. I won't video myself welding because it's as boring as shit, and if you watch me welding for 10 minutes you'll just be turning it off for you won't be interested in what I'm doing. Right, speak to you soon, cheers. I've got all these welded up now. I've left the clamps on, I've welded both sides. I've stitched them together a little bit on both sides, I said I was going to do. Fixed it, flipped it, welded it, flipped it, welded it, flipped it, welded it. So now I just need to leave the clamps on to cool down. Hopefully that's going to keep it in place, but I'm going to get them out and check them in a minute. While that's cooling down, I'm going to go back down here and I'm going to start making the mechanism. I've got all this one, so I need to make another one of these. I need to make this mechanism here, which is there. So I've got some tube, which is just some tube I had stashed under the bench there. Let's see what it is. Yeah, what is it? It's 20mm long ball tube. And I've got some big bolts here, what I'm going to use for the pivot inside it, exactly the same as what I've used on this one. So basically what I do is I've just got to drill 2 holes in the side of the tube on that gun. The dimensions between that hole and that drill hole there was the movement that I needed in the track here, so the gap that I had there, I made sure the distance between them 2 holes that I drilled in that bit of tube was that distance apart, and then I've just joined these together with a slitting disc, drilled, cross-drilled through the side of that bolt and tapped it and just put them 6 bolts through, just so it works. Pull it across, I'm just going to replicate that again for this one, but I've cut enough pieces to actually make. I wonder what I've lost once on that tube. I cut 3, so I'm going to make 3 at once, and then he's going to make 1 for this one and 1 each one of them there, so I'm actually going to make 3 all at once, but I'll just start a bit later on. So I'll get on, I'll get these made up, and then I'll show you how it all works in a minute. Yeah?
Yep.
Right, I just thought I'd show you quick, just a little bit more. How these mechanisms, it's my own mechanism really, so how it works. What I've done is I've got my tube. As I said, I marked my distances, what I'm going to travel on the tube, which mine was 15mm, marked them 15mm apart to centres, cut between them with a slitting disc. That's one that I've drilled, that's one that I've drilled and ground, that's one that I've cut out. So I was marking up with tape, so I know I've got it all looking the same, so I've got something to follow. So that's the mechanism in there. Cut my 2 pieces of flat, there's one, there's the other. What I'm going to do, I'm going to weld them in there, one in there, one in there, like that. That welds on top of it, shebang, and then my bolt goes through the middle, L bracket, pivot point, and then that turns that movement into a push and pull action going that way. Cool as snake shit. Right, we're on. Right, sorted. I showed you the tubes before, what we cut for the mechanism. What I've just done is I've cut the bolts down to the right length, put an M10 bolt on the end of it, welded it on, cut the head off it. That makes me pass me into the tab. So I've cross-drilled it, tapped it, so now that can go into there. That goes screws into there. That makes me pivot. Just screw them in. Back it off a bit. There we go. That gives me push and pull action to there. Yeah, sorted. I've made my little tabs up. I've got them welded. Bent up, so I just put one of them on there like that. Bolt that on, weld that onto my 2 plates, make all this fast onto here. So that's what I'm on with now. So, cool. Here we go. Little bolt there. Yeah, it fits. Put that one on there. Size of that, 13. Put that on. 13 in there. Yeah. lift it right up and then back it off a little bit. That's tightish. And just back it off a bit so it's got a little bit of give in it, just like that. I put my lock on the bottom so it won't come any looser than what it is. That's that bit sorted. This could do with 2 bolts. That's a bit tight. Put some of the sharps in into that thread. Take that off. Put my lock on there. Screw that right now. On the back of it. I'll do that all tight in a minute. Just hold yourself in. I want it. I want that pin to be up to the top. I want to set that tube switch. Even spacing on either side so when this clicks over I'm not going to get it to go too far down one side and not far down the other side, which is pretty central. That looks pretty good. All I need to do now is put these in. Underneath there like that. Tap them in there and there, one on the bottom, the other one in the front. So what I'll do is I'll just bolt these in quick and I'll show you it all working. Hopefully, happy days. Yeah, right, that's it. We've got it all welded together. I've got it all stitched in place where I want it to be and welded it up. And then that's it. So, you see all the points. Nice and easy to move across. Not really a lot, I just needed to move them. Nice and smooth. So I just need to build now the offset at the front to cover the blade up as it comes back in, which is about another foot on the end of it, 2 more sweepers. Get that set up, show you that before I weld it in, get it welded in, and then that's this set finished. And then on to 2 more. Happy days. I'll work with that. It should do. Straight across there. Right, yeah, we on. We already recorded. Fuck. Anyway, sorted. That's it. That's this set complete. Just about. All I've got to do is weld the fish plates on to join the rails together, and then that one's all complete now. So that's the one done. So happy days. That works that way. Nice and easy. Back again. Sorted. Right. Back again. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to weld some kind of handle on here, something that looks a bit more better than the 30mm spanner. But that's it. One another set complete. Thanks for watching. I'm going to carry on and make 2 more sets. Right. Hey. Right. What I've done now is because bottom mechanisms and that done for there now, I need to get back to these 2 sets here. I've just got these straight wing rail clamped in place. I've got my 2 7¼ inch guide jigs, keep my gauge right on there. I've got my correct spacing that I wanted coming through past the front. That's in the right position now. I need to get that one tacked in. Then I've got the 2 check rails. I've got all the steel cleaned up where they're going. They need just spacing out, clamping in. I'll leave an 8mm space down the back edge of it. So, and then put my element space in, clamp that on. Same on that side. That check rail there, that goes in somewhere there-ish. Get that clamped in, spaced up. Get that tacked and welded in. And then I can put the curved wing rail in. Weld that in up to here. And then clamp it and get the right radius and it back to the 7¼ back there. Make the 2 tapers. and then back to putting mechanisms on again. So I'll get these tacked in, welded up, and then I'll show you what else I'm going to do next. Right, here we go. I've lost my camera woman now, so I'm going to have to do my own filming and just commentate on it. That don't really matter. As you can see here now, I've got the two check rails tacked in place. One on this side here, the other one on that side there, and I've got the two long wing rails tacked in place. I've just had the bogie running up and down it, and it all runs through the crossover past the frog all real nice and smooth. Nothing's fouling or catching. So what I need to do now is just flick them both over, do the same on the other side, get them in, and then I can cut some more blades and get them fitted, and then two more mechanisms. Cool, see you soon, bye. Yeah, we're on. Good morning, back in the workshop again, on to a new day. Last night I got the others finished apart from this last set. They've all been picked up, so I've just got these ones to finish. As I left off last night, I still have the blades to make. For the other one, I've got that other one finished, so this morning now, I've just got marked out on some stock, some flat bar stock for the blades for here. So I'm going to get set through now. I'm going to make the blades for this, get them all in, tacked in place, all the spaces in, get the radius bent in it, get another set of switch gear made up, make another set of switch gear for that, and that's this morning's project. Then we can get these loaded on the trailer, get these delivered, and we can even go and have a look at the railway. Cool. I've got all the blades cut now, all the blades, all two of them. Got the blades cut, got them dressed up in the back of the grinder, quite happy how they're sitting up against the rail. So I've clamped this side one in, got it in place roughly where it wants to be, or where it wants to be to be fair. And I've just made my rail pivot, or blade pivot for there, which is just a couple of bits of 25x6 flat. Drill the bolt for it, and what I'm going to do is weld that underneath. I'll slacken this bolt off after it, and this will be a little pivot point for the blades to pivot. Cool, I'm going to get this in, and then I'll show you a little bit more. Yep. On. Hey, cool. Right, do we come a bit nearer as well? You can see what we've done. That's it, sorry. Right, got the blades. Got the blades in. Got all the spacers in. Keep the blades to the right distance to me 7.25. Pivots in, pivots welded, everything's sorted. That's it. Points all. Move fine. All good. Yeah. So now all I need to do is put the bogie on the track and just test it and make sure that it runs up and down all right. And I'm on the straight piece rail first. Put that on. Goes all through there nice and neat. All the way down to the bottom. Yeah. That looks alright. I'll move them back over to that side. Let's load it back over. Stick it on there. Put that through. Sorted. Right. Now that we've got the bogie on it, everything works alright, nothing's catching, nothing's binding, nothing fouls and wobbles about. I don't think it's going to derail itself. Everything's in. All I need to do now is I've got on my snick around this side, I've got some bits. I've got all my bits here to make the mechanism up, my switch gear, which is all here, the little tab that I made, my lever and all my other bits. But I don't need to show you how to put all that in because I did that yesterday when I was doing the others in between welding these up. So I'll crack on, I'll get them finished, and probably next time you see me, we'll be at Rob's house and we'll be unloading and having a go on his railway. Cheers, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.